Welcome to One Way to Machines and the Volvo P1 series. One mistake I made using the hairdryer is that I did not have it on the hottest setting when I first started. Putting it on the hottest setting made a very big difference in dry time, and I don't think it will take anyone longer than 30 minutes to an hour of just putting the dryer underneath there in order to dry everything. If you are not just going to place the dryer in there, have some foam mats for your knees and don't lean on the leather too much. You can see this one needs a little bit of work as it's dried out there because you'll be prying the carpets up with one hand and using the blow dryer a little closer to the foam with the other. If you use it on very high heat and you cycle your blow dryer so that it doesn't overheat, say 15 minutes off, 5 minutes off, you should be done within 30 minutes to an hour. Using a stick to keep it pried up will work if it's a very hot climate that you're in, but for most people with different temperature ranges, you will need the hair dryer in order to get this done. Now that both sides are dry, we're going to put the car outside for this rain and snowfall and then bring it back in and see what happens. These sticks helped somewhat with allowing the vapors to escape, but the blow dryer is the way to go. Keep your panels off between testing periods so you only reinstall once and reduce the chance of breaking any tabs. Now we'll leave it in the rain and snow. So right now the snow's sitting down on the car and there's some minimal water coming down the tube. There's no smell of anything inside, but we'll wait till after the snowstorm. Whenever doing checks for moistness underneath the carpet, make sure to enter your entire forearm up to your elbow underneath and feel around with the palm of your hand to see if there's any wet spots left. After sitting in the rain and snow mix for about 7 hours, the carpets on this car are dry underneath on both sides. Although the tests and fixes in part 1 were successful, we're still going to keep an eye on this one, as there are other causes for water getting into the carpets. Among the very specific points discussed about the sunroof drains in part 1, the windshield can also be a cause of water leaking. Clogged AC condensation drains can also be another point. I haven't heard of heater cores being common on this, but that could also be a possible cause. The only difference with that is you would get a coolant smell in the car. In the case that there is any other water leaking into the carpets on this vehicle, we will continue this series. The stick used on the driver's side was about 17 inches because of the pedals with more restriction, and the one on the passenger side was about 19 inches. You can get away with a very short stick, even thicker than these. These are slightly thicker than a paint stick. Even with the shorter stick, you will get the carpets lifted up. But the longer the stick is, it'll go further into the carpet and lift up those sections closer to the center console just a little bit more, helping in getting more of the water vapor out. That slightly moldy smell is still going to be on your hand when you touch underneath the carpet, even when it's completely dry. That's just going to take time and possibly more blow drying and cleaning in order to get that smell completely out. The issue with the intermittent locks and windows not working on the passenger side has returned.